You don't reach your 70s by accident. You get there by surviving things that would have stopped others cold. Illness, loss, hardship, change. So if you're watching this, it means you've already proven your resilience more times than most people will in their entire lives. But here's what nobody tells you. Getting older doesn't mean the hard parts stop. It means they evolve. The truth is, life after 70 comes with its own kind of lessons. Some beautiful, some brutally honest. And while people are quick to celebrate the milestone, they rarely talk about what comes after. Not out of disrespect, but maybe because they don't know how. That's why we're having this conversation. Not with sugarcoating, not with fear, just with honesty and heart. Because after 70, the world can start to feel like it's pulling away. Your body might change in ways that catch you off guard. Friends may disappear. Your memory may throw you a curve. But none of that means you've lost your value. It means it's time to adjust the way you navigate, so you can keep going with strength and dignity. Doris, 74, from Missouri, put it best. She said, "After 70, life didn't slow down, it just changed gears. I had to adapt, and that made me stronger." And that's the spirit we're carrying through this video. We're going to talk through 5 realities of life after 70. Some might be tough to hear, but each one comes with ways to meet the moment head-on, with practical steps and stories from others walking the same path. Let's start with something that catches even the most active and independent folks off guard. Number 1, you may start losing physical strength even if you stay active. It often begins quietly. One day the laundry basket feels heavier than usual. The next, a flight of stairs takes more effort than you remember. Even if you've stayed active, eaten well, and kept moving through your 70s, the truth is, the body begins to lose muscle mass more rapidly in your 70s. It's called sarcopenia, an age-related decline in muscle tissue that becomes more noticeable as the years add up. According to the NIH and Mayo Clinic, this isn't something you did wrong. It's part of how the body changes over time. But here's what's important. Losing some strength doesn't mean you're weak. It means your body is sending you a new message. Not a message to stop, but to shift, to adjust how you move, how you nourish yourself, and how you support your muscles so they can support you. You may find yourself getting tired faster than before. Lifting things, groceries, garden tools, even pots and pans, may start feeling like a challenge. Some people begin to shuffle when they walk, not because they've forgotten how to walk tall, but because their balance muscles have softened and their legs don't respond the way they used to. These are real physical shifts, and they deserve real attention. Martin, 71, from Ohio, shared his story with us. He used to pride himself on carrying all his groceries from the car in one trip. "Suddenly, I couldn't even lift the bag without feeling winded," he said. But instead of giving up, he made a decision. Every morning, he picks up 2-pound hand weights and does a short routine in his kitchen. "I'm not building muscle," Martin says. "I'm building independence." That mindset is everything. Small changes make a big difference. Light resistance training, using bands, small hand weights, or even your own body weight with chair squats, can help maintain and even regain muscle tone. You don't have to lift heavy, you just have to keep showing up. Daily movement matters just as much. A short walk, gentle gardening, or stretching while watching the news. These activities keep your muscles engaged and your joints flexible. Consistency is more important than intensity. Food also plays a quiet but powerful role. Older adults often eat less, but that can lead to muscle loss if protein intake drops too low. Focus on getting a good dose of protein early in the day, like eggs, Greek yogurt, or peanut butter on toast at breakfast. The Mayo Clinic recommends spreading protein throughout your meals rather than loading up at dinner. And don't forget nutrients like vitamin D and B12. These support muscle function and energy, and both tend to decrease with age. Simple blood tests can check your levels, and your doctor can guide you on supplements if needed. You're not trying to train for a marathon. You're working to keep your body strong enough for the things that matter. Reaching that top shelf, opening jars, standing up easily from a chair, or walking through the park with your grandchild. That's not small, it's everything. So if your muscles feel different now than they did 10 years ago, Don't see it as a personal failure. See it as a signal and an invitation to shift the way you care for your strength. From physical strength to social support, here's another change to expect and face with courage. Number 2, friendships and family circles may shrink. No one tells you how quiet life can become in your 70s, not just in sound, but in presence. The phone rings less, holidays feel different. There are empty chairs at the table that once held voices, laughter, and stories only your closest people knew how to tell. By the time you've reached this age, it's likely you've lost friends, siblings, maybe even a child. And while you may be surrounded by kind neighbors or attentive aides, it's not the same as the deep-rooted connections built over decades. The Cleveland Clinic emphasizes the importance of maintaining social wellness well into later life, not just for emotional health, but for physical longevity too. And yet the irony is that the longer you live, the more likely it is that your inner circle has changed, shrunk, or disappeared altogether. Even with loving family nearby, you might notice fewer visits, fewer spontaneous calls, or a growing feeling that people are just busy. But emotional loneliness isn't a sentence, it's a signal. Much like the body, the heart needs tending, and connection, even if it looks different now, is still very much within reach. Pat, 75 from Florida, described the pain of losing her best friend of 50 years. We spoke every Tuesday for most of our adult lives. When she passed, I felt adrift. Pat could have withdrawn, but instead, she did something remarkable. She began hosting a small weekly tea hour in the lounge of her retirement home. At first, it was just me and one other woman, she said. Now, every Wednesday at 3, there's a group of 6 or 7 of us. We laugh, we talk, we tell stories. I didn't think I had it in me to start over. Turns out I did. Connection after 70 often means creating new ways to stay close to others. Volunteering is one powerful way. Libraries, local schools, food pantries, and church groups welcome the wisdom and calm that older adults bring. Even one morning a week can anchor your social calendar. Another helpful habit, a weekly phone buddy, one scheduled call, just 15 minutes with someone who lifts your spirits. It could be a neighbor, a cousin, or a friend's widow who also misses the sound of someone checking in. That regularity creates comfort and stability, especially in a world that moves faster than ever. Many communities also offer senior activity groups that meet for card games, walking, or shared meals. Don't overlook online spaces either. Virtual book clubs or interest-based Facebook groups for seniors have become surprisingly vibrant. You don't have to leave home to find people who understand your stage of life. And if nothing formal exists near you, consider starting something simple. A porch coffee hour, a group text, a Friday crossword club. Pat's tea hour wasn't about tea, it was about belonging. And that's something we all need, no matter how many birthdays we've seen. Now that we're halfway through, we'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced changes in your circle after 70? What helped, or what are you still looking for? Comment below, and if this message speaks to your experience, give the video a like and share it with someone who might be feeling the same way. Let's turn to a challenge that can creep up slowly, but has major effects on quality of life. Number 3, your memory may not work the way it used to. There's a moment many people over 70 experience. You're in conversation, the story is flowing, and suddenly, someone's name, a date, or a detail you've known for years slips right out of reach. You pause, maybe you laugh it off, but somewhere deep inside, a small worry sparks. Is this the beginning of something worse? Memory changes in later life are expected, but they don't always mean decline. Harvard Health explains that the brain, like the body, changes with age. Processing can slow down, and recall may take longer. Forgetting a name or misplacing your glasses isn't cause for alarm. What matters more is the pattern and the degree. Forgetting where you placed your keys? Normal. Forgetting what the keys are for, or how to get home from a familiar place? That could be a signal worth checking. There's power in understanding what's normal and what's not. Memory slips that happen occasionally or improve with reminders are often a part of natural brain aging. But repeated confusion about time or place, trouble following conversations, or asking the same question again and again, those might require a doctor's input. Edgar, 72, from Wisconsin, shared that he began to feel concerned when he couldn't remember the names of people he saw regularly at church. "I thought maybe this is how it starts," he admitted. But his doctor ruled out dementia after a thorough checkup and pointed instead to dehydration and poor sleep. With just a few weeks of more water, light stretching, and daily brain exercises, like puzzles and word games, Edgar says, "I don't feel like I'm 20 again, but I'm definitely sharper than I was." Mental engagement is a powerful tool in your 80s. Crossword puzzles, card games, trivia, even apps designed for memory care can help keep your mind alert. But beyond games, conversation itself is medicine. Talking with others activates memory, emotion, and word recall in ways solitary tasks can't. Social interaction isn't just nice to have, it's a true form of cognitive maintenance. Whether it's a regular chat with a neighbor, reading aloud to grandchildren, or attending a discussion group at your local library, keeping your brain busy through language matters. The Cleveland Clinic and Harvard both highlight that even mild social activity can delay or reduce cognitive decline. Don't overlook the physical foundations of mental clarity either. A well-fed brain performs better. Balanced meals with omega-3s, leafy greens, and whole grains support cognitive function. So does hydration. Seniors are more prone to dehydration, which can subtly affect focus, alertness, and short-term memory. And sleep, especially a solid 7 to 8 hours, allows the brain to reset, file memories, and refresh attention spans. If you do feel concerned about your memory, don't wait in silence. A qualified geriatrician or neurologist can help you understand what's happening and guide you through steps to strengthen your mental resilience, or intervene early if needed. Many memory issues are manageable when caught early. The truth is, your memory may change, but your identity, your history, and your capacity to grow don't vanish with a forgotten word. It simply means it's time to care for your brain with the same intention you'd give to your joints or your heart. Now let's talk about something many seniors are too embarrassed to mention. Number 4, bathroom habits may change, and that's okay. It's something few talk about, but nearly everyone over 70 eventually notices changes in how often or how urgently they need the bathroom. Whether it's waking up more frequently at night, sudden urges during the day, or occasional leaks, these changes can feel frustrating, even embarrassing. But they are far more common than most people realize, and they don't have to take away your freedom or dignity. As we age, the muscles that support the bladder and bowels naturally weaken. For many, this is simply a matter of biology. For others, medications, diet shifts, or certain chronic conditions can add to the issue. Johns Hopkins Geriatric Medicine points out that urinary urgency or incontinence affects millions of older adults, especially in their 70s and beyond. But shame has no place here. This isn't a personal failure. It's part of how the body evolves over time. Lois, 73, from New York, remembers the turning point. "It started with small leaks, but I was so afraid of having an accident in public that I just stopped going out," she said. Her world began to shrink, but with her doctor's help, Lois found protection that works for her and now plans her outings with awareness, not anxiety. "I still go to lunch with friends, to the theater, even on trips. I just think ahead and carry what I need. It gave me my life back." Many seniors make the mistake of drinking less water to avoid accidents. That can actually backfire. Dehydration can irritate the bladder, increase the risk of infections, and lead to constipation, which puts extra pressure on the pelvic floor. So instead of skipping fluids, it's smarter to drink consistently throughout the day and plan restroom breaks accordingly. Strengthening the muscles that support your bladder and bowel control can make a real difference. Pelvic floor exercises, often called Kegels, are helpful for both men and women. Done regularly, they can reduce urgency and improve control. And you don't need a gym. These are quiet, subtle exercises you can do while reading, watching TV, or resting in bed. Diet also plays a key role. High-fiber foods like oats, fruits, and vegetables help keep your digestive system regular and reduce straining, another way to support pelvic health. If constipation has become an issue, talk with a healthcare provider about fiber balance, hydration, and movement. Even gentle walks can stimulate healthy bowel function. And when it comes to being out in the world, one of the best tools is simple preparation. When Lois started going out again, she made it a habit to map out restrooms in advance. Today, many smartphones even have apps to help you find nearby facilities. That bit of planning can replace fear with confidence. Most importantly, don't wait to bring this up with your doctor. These conversations can feel awkward, but your physician has likely helped hundreds of others through the same challenges. There are medical treatments, physical therapy options, and products designed for comfort and discretion, but nothing helps if you suffer in silence. Bathroom changes may be a new part of life after 70, but they don't have to limit you. With knowledge, a few habits, and a bit of planning, you can stay active, social, and independent. Your world doesn't have to get smaller. It can just get smarter. Our final truth today is one many fear most, but it's also one of the most important to prepare for. Number 5, you will likely need help, and that's not weakness. As the years add up, many find that handling everything alone becomes less practical, and that's perfectly okay. Needing help doesn't mean you're helpless or less capable. On the contrary, recognizing when to accept support shows wisdom and courage. It's a practical choice to maintain your safety, comfort, and independence for as long as possible. Help can take many forms. It might be having a trusted aide come in for a few hours a week, hiring a housekeeper to manage chores, using a ride service instead of driving, or leaning on assistive devices like walkers or canes. These aren't signs of decline. They're tools that keep your world open and your options wide. The Mayo Clinic's Aging in Place Guide emphasizes that support isn't surrender. It's a strategy. You've spent years caring for family, friends, or your community. Now it's your turn to receive care when it's needed. Think of it as a new chapter, one where you create space to rest, recover, and enjoy life more fully. Frank, 76 from California, shares how his view changed. At first, I didn't want to use a cane. I thought it made me look weak, but once I tried it, I realized it gave me more freedom. I can walk farther, move more confidently. Now I call it my favorite tool for freedom. Starting small often feels best. Maybe it's allowing a neighbor to pick up groceries or scheduling a ride to medical appointments instead of driving yourself. These little steps reduce stress and help preserve your energy for what matters most. Embracing assistive devices or services doesn't close doors. It opens them wider. It's about staying engaged in your community, keeping appointments, visiting friends, or simply moving around your home safely. These supports preserve dignity and control. As you prepare for life after 70, understanding this truth helps you approach aging with clarity and grace. Help is a resource, not a setback. It's a way to keep living well on your terms. Now that we've looked at these 5 truths, here's what matters most moving forward. None of these experiences are failures. Instead, they are invitations, challenges to adapt with insight and resilience. Each one calls on your strength to make adjustments, find new routines, and embrace support where it helps. You've lived through decades filled with change, growth, and unexpected moments. That courage hasn't vanished. It's still with you now, encouraging you to keep evolving, learning, and growing in this new season of life. Remember, after 70, life doesn't end. It simply takes on a new shape, offering fresh opportunities to live fully and on your own terms. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 realities spoke most deeply to your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about who is navigating life after 70. Your voice and stories make this community stronger.